Hello, students. How are you this morning? Welcome back to another live session with Primath Zoom. I know we have been a little distant for a while, but I want to thank you for always sticking around, and I welcome each of you here as we are about to explore just a simple math task where we will be learning or we will be concretizing our knowledge about types of numbers. So if you're here from wherever you are, go ahead and just type the name of your school in the chat so that we can all be acquainted with each other. All right, I see persons joining. This live stream was not advertised for a long time, and so we might not have a lot of persons joining this morning, but we will be continuing with all of these live sessions at least close enough to your exam time. So again, I want to introduce myself. My name is Shanika Sims, and I am the creator of Primath Zoom, where we explore lots of math problems and also how to integrate technology in lessons for teachers. So ensure that you have your books, your papers, your pencils, erasers, whatever you need. And let's get started. Now I'm waiting for persons to type in the chat. Which school are you from? And maybe you can tell me which grade. Okay. All right. I guess those will be coming in soon. So let's get started. All right. So here is a problem, and I received this from one of my students. Now it says using the following grid, write in the missing numbers based on the information below. Now we have this grid here, and this grid was cut out from a hundreds chart. So if you know what a hundreds chart looks like, then you should be able to complete this. Remember now, a hundreds chart is that grid, 10 by 10 grid with 100 numbers on it, 10 across, then the other 10, and so on. Now I should have had a picture here to show you what we're really talking about. So let me go ahead and find a picture like that. All right, so here is a picture of a hundreds chart. This is what a hundreds chart looks like. So you all would have at some point be acquainted with this chart. 1, 2, 3 going across the 10, and we continue until we're at 100. And if you know the different things about hundreds charts, you'll realize that there is some kind of pattern or organization of the numbers here that will help you to use different clues to insert missing numbers. All right. Okay. Hello, Jaquan. I see you there from Low River Primary and Junior High School. Welcome. All right. So let's go back to our presentation. All right. So this chart here was cut out from a hundreds chart. And we have column A, column B, column C. Column row A, row B, row C. And of course, we're all on the internet, so you can go ahead and you can find your own hundreds chart on the internet to help you with this. Or, of course, we can go about exploring how to complete this. Now, take a screenshot of this, or perhaps you would have started to draw this grid in your book. I'll give you just some seconds to draw this grid in your book so you can explore and we can all discuss this as we go along. So go ahead, take a couple seconds, draw this grid in your book. It's a 1, 2, 3, 4 columns, 4 rows, and you put in your headings, and then we're going to insert numbers here to match the clues that will be coming. Welcome, Kasian from Ensom City. Welcome. If you're new here, guys, and you have friends who would love to join, go right ahead and share the link so that as many of your classmates and friends can come and watch what we're exploring today, as well as to participate in the exploration. So go ahead, share the link with your friends, or you can simply tell them to join by typing Prime Math Zoom, and then they will see the live coming up. All right, so I take it that you probably are finished with drawing up your grid. So let's carry on. So we're going to use these clues to complete the grid. Now, the first clue is that the numbers in column B are all even. The numbers in column B are all even. Go ahead, write down these clues because we will need to use them to complete our grid. So the numbers in column B are all even. And in the chat, can you tell me what you remember about even numbers? What are even numbers? Share that with us in the chat. So at least I know that yes, we're on the right path and we know what even numbers are. All right, not seeing that coming up so far, no problem. I'm still waiting for that. The second clue is that all other numbers are odd. So we're going to talk about even numbers. We're going to talk about odd numbers. Tell me what you know about odd numbers in the chat. All right. And the third clue is that row A, column A, so that's row A to column A, that rectangle is a composite number with only 4 factors, 2 of which are prime. This number is also a multiple of 5 less than 25. Now, these are the 3 clues. I see Kasian in the chat saying that even numbers are numbers that is divided, so that are divided by 2 without a remainder. So yes, Brianna, welcome Brianna, is saying odd numbers can't be divided into pairs. Good. Those are very good description of odd numbers and even numbers. Anyone else would want to share what they remember to even numbers to be and odd numbers to be? So, yes, even numbers are those numbers that are divisible by 2. Numbers that when you divide them by 2, there are no remainders. Numbers that when you put them in groups of 2, all the groups end up being the same, even groups, 2 in each group or so. Odd numbers, yes, they can't be divided into pairs. They can't be divided into groups of 2. There will always be one remainder. So yes, what about prime numbers? Because here it says that row A, column A is a composite number with only 4 factors. So you need to tell me, what do you remember about composite number? Because we need that information before we're able to complete this grid. 2 of which are prime. So what are composite numbers? What are prime numbers? Let me hear from you in the chat. All right, so Brianna is saying that composite numbers have more than 2 factors. That is brilliant, Brianna. Of course, they have more than two factors. Now, one might wonder, what do we call factors? What are factors? I wonder if anyone can share that with us. What are factors? All right, Brianna is also saying that prime numbers have only two factors. Now, that word factors is coming up pretty often. Now, can anyone tell me what are factors? When we talk about factors, what do we mean? What are we referring to? All right, so I need to hear from the other students that I have here. Come on, share with us in the chat. What do we mean when we talk about factors? So Brian says that factors are whole numbers that are multiplied together to produce another number. Wow, that is a very good description of it, and she's so correct. Yes, factors are whole numbers that are multiplied together to produce another number. Now, factors can also be decimals or other kind of numbers. But in this case here, most likely we are looking for whole numbers. So factors are really numbers that when multiplied together, they give you a product or they give you another number. Gaming with Nate says prime numbers have only two factors. So yes, prime numbers have only two factors. So we talk about composite, we talk about even odd, we talk about prime numbers, and we have established what all these are. So now that we have established what all these types of numbers are, and we know that factors are those numbers when you multiply them, like 2 multiplied by 1 equals 2. 1 is a factor, 2 is a factor of 2. Those two numbers that we multiply together and we get an answer. Those two factors are the factors of, or those two numbers are the factors of whatever the product is or the answer is. So here, I hope you have written down all these clues here so we can actually go to our grid. Now, no problem. We will be back and forth with these clues because we need to ensure that we are putting in the right numbers. Now, it says the numbers in column B are all even. All other numbers are odd, and row A, column A is a composite number with only four factors, two of which are prime. This number is also a multiple of 5 and less than, a multiple of 5 which is less than 25. Now, with all that information, let's go back to our grid. So here are our clues. The numbers in column B are all even. What numbers could we think about? For this one, row A, column B, what even number could we think about for right here? Tell us some, give me possible numbers in the chat. What number could we have for right here? Row A, column B. All right, so I'm waiting for some of your examples. Remember the clue. All right, so K Smile says 8. So of course we're going to try these numbers because it says even numbers. So if this number is 8, and we're just trying out numbers here because K gave us an answer, and Brianna says 6, but let us work with 8 and then see if 6 can work. So first we're going to start with 8 right here. We have Gaming with Nate says 8 as well. So if this is 8, and remember we're talking about the hundreds chart, what will this part be right here? What would this rectangle be? Row B, column B. What will right here have? What number will be here? Now remember we're working with the clues, guys. So if it is that we have decided that right here, row A, column B is 8, We have to be thinking if all the clues will fall into place. Now, if this right here, row A column B is 8, what would be row B column B? Write in a sentence, row B column B will be, and you tell me the number, because I won't be sure what you're answering to if you just put a number. So remember that we're looking at the hundreds chart. We're trying to fill in these numbers here. If row A column B is 8, what is row B column B? So in a hundreds chart, if it is that we have the number 8 here, remember that we have numbers going all the way across because we know how a hundreds chart looks. I have shown you one, but you can always go ahead and find another to guide you. So right here, row A, column B, we have the number 8. It says that all the numbers in column B are odd. So what number will be just below 8 in the hundreds chart? In the hundreds chart, okay, so row B, column B, Brianna said would be 16. So she's saying that right here will be 16. I want to hear if we are agreeing right now. Will this be 16? I want to hear what persons are saying. Row A, column what, Harris, Hines? You're saying it would be 6? This would be 6? Remember, guys, we're talking about the hundreds chart. So if it is that we say this is 8, would right here be 16? I need to hear from persons. All right, so okay, persons are saying 11. Now, what I want us to do is I want us to go back to a hundreds chart. So I'm going to go back to a hundreds chart here, the one that we've been looking at, and I'm going to look for the number 8. So right here, I have 8, and on a hundreds chart, below 8 is what number? Look at what we're seeing. What number comes below 8? And what number becomes below that number? And what do you notice about the numbers that comes after 8 in that same column? What number? What do you notice about all the numbers in this column that has 8 at the top? That is something we need to think about. Look at the hundreds chart. Look at what is happening with the hundreds chart. Look at the number that comes just before 8 in that same row. The number that comes just after 8. The number that comes below 8. And I mean, if we had selected another number like 56, let's look at the number that is above 56, the one below, the one to its left, and the one to its right. Let us look at right, they end with 8. So tell me then, if you believe that they end with 8, if right here is 8, would row B column B be 16? What would row B column B be? So row B, and you just write it in the chat because I'm seeing a lot of numbers and I'm not sure what would be what and what when you're answering this now. So you need to say row B column B will be, and you tell me the number. Because I'm pretty sure, based on what you have observed, and since someone had said they all end with 8, 16 could not be a possible response for there. I'm going to go ahead and erase that. And I want to hear what would be right here in row B, column B, just below 8. All right, so I see persons now posting 18. I'm just going to assume that we're answering this number now. So we have 18 in row B, column B. Does it match the criteria in clue 1 that says all the numbers in column B are even? Is it that 18 matches that criteria? And if so, what number will be at row C, column B? So row C, column B equals, or row C, column B is, I need to see sentences like that in the chat. So tell me, what will be right here at row C, column B? What number will be here? We have 8, then we have 18 below, just below. What will come next here? All right, so I see Marcia Thomas saying row C, column B is 28. And I will agree with these numbers. I will agree with these numbers. If this is the number in row A, column B, this should be the number in row B, column B. And this should be the number in row C, column B. Because in a hundreds chart, the numbers that come immediately after has that number in its ones place. So 8 here is in the ones place. It means that the numbers that come immediately after will have 8 in its ones place. And because we're counting down and we're going down one row at a time, you would realize that the number in the tens place goes down by 1, 2, 1, 2, and so on. Now remember now that we have other clues here. It says all other numbers are odd. Now I'm going to change the color here. What number will be right here? Row A, column A. What number do we expect to be here? All right, so the number that comes just before the 8 is what we expect to be here. And so row A, column A must be 7. And therefore, row A, column C will be what? Now, okay, so I see person saying this will be 3. Can you explain why would you say this will be 3? If we are in a hundreds chart and we're looking at the numbers that come directly before another number, would 3 come before 8 when we're counting? We have to think about it. 7 comes before 8, and after 8 comes 9. Remember it said all other numbers are odd. What number will be right here below the 7? We need to see if all these numbers that we're writing now in red are going to all be odd. So person says 17. What will come below the 17? Okay, I see row A, column C. All right, Marcia Thomas is saying row A, column C will be what? Let me see. Will be 27. Now we have to look at it. We call the row before we call the column. So row A, column C is right here where they actually meet and share a cell. So yes, right here just below 17 we'll have 27. Now I know that we did not only have 2 clues. Okay, so right here we will have below 9 we will have 19 because we are definitely following the pattern, and below 19 we will have 29. Now, before I go any further here to the third clue to see if all these numbers are even correct, let us discuss what is happening here. Now, according to a hundreds chart, like the one here, you realize that, let me click on this and see if it will come up a little bigger for us. Oh, well, it's there on Amazon, but we'll use it still. You'll realize here that, say, for example, we have the number 4. I don't want to erase these because we're going to go back to the PowerPoint and work with them. But say, for example, we were looking at the number 4. You realize that the number that comes before 4 is 1 less than 4. And the number that come after 4 is 1 more than 4. Because we're counting in a hundreds chart. We're at 3, 4, 5. So we go up by 1 each time. But when we're going down, what do you notice? What are we going down by? So 4, and then below 4 we have 14. What are we going, or should I say going up by? Because these numbers are really increasing. So just below 4, what number, how can we determine what number it is? Can you help me to determine what will come below 4 and so on? What are we doing? Are we adding by this? Are we subtracting that each time? Can you tell me what is the rule when we are going up in this column with 4? Tell me, what do you notice? All right, so I see persons sharing 29 and so on, and you're definitely correct. Pretty much correct there. I want you to tell me though, yes, Marcia, we are adding 10 each time. So 10 plus 4 gives us 14. And 10 plus 14 gives us 24. And 10 plus 24 gives us 34, and so on and so forth, all the way in a hundreds chart. So yes, Aaron, we are adding 10 each time. And if you notice, when we're going to the right of 4, what is the rule here? Are we adding by this, subtracting by this? What are we doing? We're going to the right of 4, right here. What is the rule? All right. Kesran said we're adding 10 to go down. Welcome, everyone. Brianna says that the pattern follows the number at the top. And I'm happy that you're all noticing these things and you're all sharing these things. So tell me, what is the rule here? What's the rule? We're going to the right of 4. What is happening here? What do we need to do to figure out the number that comes after 4 if we're going to the right? All right. So when we are going to the right, we add 1 each time. So when we have 4 here, we're going to the right, we add 1 to get 5. Good, Marcia. Then we add 1 again, we continue to the right to get 6. So to move to the right, we add 1 each time. And to move to the left, we do what? Good, Jaquan, and good, Aaron. I see you guys. If we, okay. All right, great. Good morning, good morning. So when we are moving to the left of 4 or any number, what's the rule? We subtract 1. Brilliant. Thank you, Jaquan. Thank you, Marcia. We subtract 1 each time. If we subtract, we take 1 from 4, we get 3. If we take 1 from 14, we get 13. If we take 1 from 76, we get 75. Definitely, that is the rule, and I'm happy that we're able to establish these rules. Now, let us go back to our PowerPoint, because now I expect that we are able to now determine if this is correct. Yes, going down, we're adding 10 plus 8 gives us 18. 10 plus 18 gives us 28. We are good there. And it says that these should be even numbers. Now let us move on to the third clue. It says row A, column A, which is right here. This is row A, column A. Let me go ahead and highlight that. Row A, column A, right here, is a composite number. Now, is 7 a composite number? Is 7 a composite number? We need to figure that out to know if we are on the right track. Because someone gave us 8 to begin with, and we are exploring all numbers. So, is 7 a composite number? Remember in the beginning, we would have discussed what a composite number is. No, no, Brawl Stars say no, it's not a composite number. Can anyone tell us why it's not a composite number? Anyone? Just tell us in the chat. Why isn't 7 a composite number? So we have discussed what composite numbers are. And so, yes, we have persons joining late, no problem. But 7, we decide that no, it's not a composite number. But why? Because it doesn't have 3 or more factors. And you're so right, because the factors of 7 are, the factors of 7 will be, let me just write it here. Can you help me? What are the factors of 7? Brianna says it has only 2 factors. Alvarine says it doesn't have more than 2 factors. Good. So the factors of 7 would be what? Let's just list them. Brianna says 1 and 7. Very good. So that means then that 7 cannot be this number here. And if 7 is not the number here, it means that all the numbers that we have here are wrong. All these numbers are wrong. If this one does not match up, all the others are wrong. All right, so let us now look at what the right number could be. Now it says that column A, row A, column A is a composite number which has only 4 factors. Now and 2 of those factors are prime. Now what I'm going to do here, I'm going to erase this because at the end of the day, what we have done here, we have done some practice so that we know the type of numbers and the examples of numbers that we will need. Now, it says that right here, column A, row A, column A, let me go back again and let me highlight that part. Row A, column A right here should be a composite number that has only 4 factors. And 2 of these factors are prime. That means 2 of the factors are prime numbers. Now I'm going to erase here as well. And I want us to share in the chat what composite numbers, or give me one example or 2 so we can try one. And if one doesn't work, we go to another. What number here that has 4 factors and 2 of those 4 factors are prime numbers that we could use here. Now it also says that this number is a multiple of 5. This number is a multiple of 5. What does that mean? If we talk about a multiple of 5, what does that really mean? Share in the chat. Okay, I see person saying 6. 6 is a composite number, it is. But it went further and it says that this number is also a multiple of 5, which is less than 25. Now, if we talk about multiples of 5, what numbers are we talking about? What are multiples of 5? When we say multiples of 5, like, what are examples of that? All right, so Brianna is saying 6 has 3 factors. So while you guys figure out what are multiples of 5 and share it in the chat, I just want to go ahead and look at the factors of 6. So we can say whether it has 3 factors or it has 4 like others have shared. So now we have 6. And the multiples of 6 are the numbers that when we multiply them, we can get 6. So the first set of numbers we can multiply are 1 and 6. And then 2 and 3. And since whenever we're doing things like this and we want to determine the factors, whenever we are about to repeat any of the factors, even though any of these multiplication, even though it has the same factors. Once we're about to start switching up factors, like for example, I could have 3 times 2, but it's the 2 same factors. That means we will stop listing factors then. And if you look here, you would realize that we have 1 factor here, 2 factors, 3 factors, 4 factors of 6. So indeed, 6 has 4 factors, but it is not a number which is a multiple of 5. So 6 couldn't work. Now let me see what you guys are saying in the chat. So Brawl Stars says when you're multiplying 5, you get that number. When you're multiplying 5, you get that number. Expound. Tell us what you really mean. All right, so let me see. Brianna says a number that may be divided by another a certain number of times without a remainder. Now we're talking about a multiple of 5. All right, so the answer is 10 because it's a multiple of 5. Okay, Michael Farmer says 10. Brianna says 5, 10, 15, 20. All right, Miss, the answer is 10 because that's 4 factors and it's a multiple of 5. Okay, let's see. So yes, examples of multiple of 5 are like 5 because 5 times 1, 5. 10, 5 times 2, 10. 15, 5 times 3, 15. So yes, I see where you were kind of explaining this. Brawl Stars, C plays Brawl Stars, but we kind of want you to explain with a little more precision. Now, yes, Brianna, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. Those are definitely multiples of 5. So, multiples of 5 are those numbers you get when you multiply another whole number by 5. So 1 multiplied by 5, 2 multiplied by 5, 3 multiplied by 5, 28 multiplied by 5. You will always get a multiple of 5. So let us see then, what could we have in row A, column A? What multiple of 5 could we have there, which is also a composite number, which has 4 factors, and of those 4 factors, 2 of them are prime. We need to start exploring those numbers. Now, I see persons saying 10. Now, I'm going to look at 10 right here. 10 is indeed a composite number. Let's see if it has 4 factors. So what are the factors of 10? Let me hear that in the chat. Okay, share factors of 10. Let me hear in the chat. So we want to see if 10 is the ideal number for here. All right, yes, we're going to try 10, no problem. Just give us some factors of 10. Because we need to see if we have 4 factors in 10 and if 2 of those factors are prime numbers. All right, so Jake one says 1, 2, 5, and 10. And that's correct. These are the factors of 10. So 1 times 10 gives us 10 and 2 times 5 gives us 10. There's number if we multiply 3 times whatever will give us 10 or 4 times whatever will give us 10. But if we multiply 5 times 2 we will get 10. But you know, once we're starting to repeat what we're multiplying, we're done there. So we have 1, 2, 5, and 10. Of these 4 factors, so indeed this is a composite number. Of these 4 factors, which of these factors are prime numbers? We have 1, 2, 5, and 10. It says 2 of which are prime. Which 2 factors of 10 are prime? Yes, those are all factors of 10. So tell me which two of them are prime. All right. So, where are we? 2 and I saw someone said 2 and 5 are prime. Okay, someone said 10 and 2 are prime. Now remember that we talk about prime numbers having only two factors, itself and 1. 1 has only one prime number, because even though it's itself and it's 1 is the same number. 2, the factors of 2 is 1 and 2, and so 2 is definitely one of the prime numbers. What about 5? Factors are 1 and 5, definitely. What about 10? We just list the factors of 10, and it's 1, 2, 5, and 10. So 5 is indeed not a prime number, but these two are. So 2 and 5 are prime numbers. Now, yes, we could work with 10. So let me go here. Column A is a composite number with only two factors, two of which are prime. This number is also a multiple of 5 and is less than 25. 10 is less than 25. So let's put that in. 10 is less than 25. What will come now in column B? What number is in column B? What number will fall here? All right. Thank you, Alvarine. You said 11, but remember now, this won't work, right? Because the first rule said that the numbers in column B are all even. So this can't work. 11 can't work. Whatever we get here has to be, whatever we get in column B then has to be an odd number, because clue 2 said all the other numbers which are apart from column B are odd numbers. So this one won't work either. So let's think of a number. So it says that row A, column A is a composite number with only 4 factors. But what we should now notice then is that this number that they're talking about is an odd number. It's an odd number. Let's think about it. Wow, that's quite interesting. I see persons saying some things here. I see Gaming with Nate saying 15. Let's try 15. All right, so let me just erase these here. We are going to try the number 15. What are the factors of 15? List the factors of 15, guys. Let us see if row A, column B can be 15. Now, if we look at 15, 15 indeed is a multiple of 5 and it's less than 25. So we have that already. It's a multiple of 5 and it's less than 25. So let us see. What are the factors of 15? Are the factors of 15, do we only have 4 factors of 15? And are 2 of those prime? Let us see if it matches the other requirements in clue 3. All right, so I see 1, 3, 5, and 15. So 1 times 15, 2 times nothing, so we can't use 2. 3 times 5, 4 times, we can't use that. 5 times 3, so we're stuck here. So we have 4 factors. We have 4 factors of 15. Wow, it looks like we're pretty close to where we should be. We have 4 factors now of 15. Which of these 4 factors are prime numbers? Remember now that prime numbers are numbers with only 2 factors, itself and 1. One only have one factor, just itself, because itself and one is actually the same number. So we can't count one in listing the prime numbers. So what are the two prime numbers from all these factors here of 15? Yes, Marcia, 3 is a prime number. What else what is the other prime number? Good. 3 and 5. 15 is definitely not a prime number because it already has all these four factors. So it seems as if 15 can work here. Seems as if 15 can work here. So 15 right here. All right. So if 15 is in row A, column A, what is in row A, column B? Will it be an even number? Because all the numbers in column B has to be even. Will it be an even number? And if so, what is that number? Now, guys, you're doing brilliant so far. All right, 16. Yes. Because remember when we're going to the right, we're adding one each time. So right here in column C will be what? Row A, column C. What number would we have here? All right, I see 32 as one of the answers coming up, but I'm not really sure what you're answering to. So when you're answering, guys, could you answer in a sentence by saying row A, column C is, and you tell me the number so I know what you're talking? Yes, column C will be an odd number. No, I'm definitely seeing lots of numbers coming up, and they're all different. I'm not sure what we're answering to. So what would row A, column C be? What number should be here? Row A, column C is 17. Thank you, Marcia. 17. So let us go here because we want to ensure that all the numbers in column B will be even. What number will be right here just below the 16 in row B, column B? What number will be here? Type in the chat, row B, column B is, and you write, you tell me, what number will we have here, row B, column B? What number will be at row C, column B? I want you to write that in the chat. Row B, column B is, you write the number. Row C, column B is, you write the number. All right, so row B, column B right here. I see C Play Brawl says 18, but what's the rule, guys? When we are going down in the same column, what is the rule? What do we add each time? I see Casey and say row B, column B is 26. Yes, it is indeed 26. Because when we're going down each time on the hundreds chart, we are adding 10 each time. That's the rule. 10 plus 20 plus 16 gives us 26. And so row C, column B will be, let me see what you guys are sharing here in the chat. What would row C, column B be then? All right, so I see Nate saying row B, column B is 19. Let's go back and look at the hundreds chart then. Let us go back and look at the hundreds chart. What is happening in this hundreds chart? Look where we are. We were at, let me go check and see. We were at below 16. This is 16 right here. Below 16, if we add 10 to 16, we get the number, which is 26. And below that, we have 36 and then 46. Because the rule, as we have established already, is that when we're going down in the same column, just below that number, we add 10 to get what the other number is. So let's go back here. We have 16, 26, and I see person saying row C, column B is 36. You're right. It's 36. So now let us look. All these numbers are even numbers. 16, 26, 36. They are all even numbers. So it means then that all other numbers are odd. I want you guys to help me to fill in these in the chat. So you're going to help me. Row B, column A, right here. Row C, column A, right here. Go ahead and pick one or two or all and share in the chat. Row B, column C, right here. And row C, column C, right here. Go ahead in the chat and help me to complete this piece of the hundreds chart. All right, so Brianna say row C, column B, 36. Good. Let me see. You have to identify which row, which column we're talking about. So we talk about it, row B, column A, right here. You say the row before the column. Row B, column A, right here. What would this be? So I want to see everyone sharing in the chat. I see C place here, row B, column C. Row B, column C is 27. All right, that's good. That's brilliant. Because if we add 10 to 17, we'll get 27. And if we're counting and we add 1 to 26, we get 27. Let me see what else you guys are sharing. Yes, row B, column C, good. Row B, column A, 25. Row B, column A, 25, good. Row B, column C, okay, 27. Row C, column C, 37. Good job, guys. Row C, column A, good, 25. Hold on. Row C, column A. Row C, column A. Let me see what's happening here. Row C, column. Okay, row A, column A. Good. Row C, column A. I'm not seeing that one yet. All right. So Brianna say row C, column A is 35. And there we go. We have completed our hundreds chart. Let's go over this one more time before we end. Let's go over this one more time to see if all these rules are being matched. All right, so the first clue says all numbers in column B are even. This is column B. Yes. Are they all even? Column B. Are all the numbers in column B even? Because we need to ensure that we are matching what the rules are saying. So clue A, all numbers in column B are even. Yes, they're all even. All right, so let us go ahead and tick that off. Let us tick that off. Good. All right, so now we are at second clue. Hold on. All right. All other numbers are odd. Did we match clue 2? Are all the other numbers odd? Guys, don't worry. I didn't want it to pass 1 hour, but I will try my best to come on very often. I have another task that I was working on, but I didn't get to finish it before now, and that's why we're breaking at 1 hour. And we will join again one of these evenings. Just ensure that you have subscribed so you know when I am going live. All right, so let's decide, guys. Clue 2, all other numbers are odd. All right. Yes, definitely. All the other numbers are odd. 15 is odd. 25, 35, 17, 27, 37. They're all odd. So, yes. Good job. So now to clue 3, where it says row A, column A is a composite number with only 4 factors where 2 of them are prime. So row A, column A is a multiple of 5, good, 5, 10, 15, and it's less than 25. And we have looked at the different factors and we got 4 factors, only 4 factors, and these 2 factors of the 4 are prime. So yes, we match this part. So let me just tick composite number, yes. 4 factors, yes. 2 are prime, yes. Multiple of 5, yes. Less than 25, yes. So guys, definitely we have completed our piece of 100 sharp with just these 3 clues. Brilliant. You were so great today. So we have completed this successfully together. And I want to thank you for joining with me. And I will be here more often. Now that we are leading up to our PEP exam, share with your friends the link to come and subscribe to the channel so that as soon as I go live, your friends will also be here with you. All right. I will try my best to send a message out, maybe on Facebook or wherever you found this link, or on WhatsApp or wherever you are. Perhaps your teacher will share it with you if your teacher is connected to me on WhatsApp or Facebook. And then you can go ahead and join me live. But sometimes I will just come on YouTube and just go live immediately without even a notification. So ensure you have subscribed and so you know exactly. Now you all will be doing very well in your PEP exams, trust me, and I will try my best to do my little part in helping to prepare you. All right, so now that we are at the end of our session, I want to thank you again for being here and have a great Saturday. Bye bye.